Alrighty, hello everybody, welcome back. Did I change the record location? Yes, I did. Okay, good. Perfect. So, we are going to be adding, well, we've been focusing a lot on the VR side, but we have been, as a result, neglecting the desktop side. So I think what we need to do is maybe put together a hand rig that is worthy of the FPS mode. Okay, now we know that our character is 1.75 meters tall. Okay, I was just practicing some retopology tricks. Okay, so let's go ahead and put together some sort of a character hand setup. Now, what I'm thinking of doing here is some sort of a suit hands type deal. Let's do cylinder. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's interesting. Cool. We're gonna keep the hands separate from the arm because they need to be sculpted in two different approaches. Mm-hmm. Okay, so what I wanted to do is I wanted to simulate a fabric type deal. So we're gonna need to make sure there's actually plenty of scale to go around so we may collapse it. Okay, we'll do this. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Okay, now we need to save this. Sublunaris, assets, models, player. Okay, FPS hands. Here we go. Now, I'm going to add multi-resolution modifier, subdivide it once, and then we're just going to do just a little bit of very light sculpting, just suggest some of the fold locations, so to speak. It's got to be pretty light though. Okay, since that's the front of the character looking down that way, we're going to place just suggestions of some folds this way. Mm-hmm. Okay, so hopefully this is going to help the next step, which is where we're going to try to use cloth simulation to create the folds. Okay, so we're going to go here, grab our pose mode, pose brush. In the tool, we're going to use cloth simulation, and the type is going to be squish and stretch. Okay, that seems largely unaffected. Maybe we can do rotate and twist. Okay, so holding control allows us to rotate and twist. Technically, control is twist, which means squish and stretch. Holding control squishes it. Well, technically, not really. Okay, I honestly don't want to be stretching anything. You know what? We need to reduce the effect to be more immediate, but the fall off has to be a lot larger. Okay, cool. Let's give this side a try. Well, that's awesome. Okay, let's reduce this. Go in the opposite direction. Cool. Oh man, that's really cool. There we go. That gives us some nice folds. I'm not a fan of what's happening here, though. Need my pen. Okay, I don't need to exit sculpt mode. We can subdivide again. Okay, that gives us some smoothness. Okay. That's looking cool. Now, I'm going to keep it this way, because I'm likely going to have to... I'm going to have to duplicate this hand and then move it on the other side, because it's probably going to have a different setup. Now, let's get the wrist. So I got to keep in mind the fact that I'm actually going to be sculpting the wrist. So it would have to follow... Oh, that's too many. It would have to be made out of one single block. Damn it. Still did too many. Okay. Okay, this is where we do the thumb. I'm going to do the transforms around the 3D cursor, like this. Okay, and what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to keep everything made out of quads, rectangles, because the modifier, the multi-resolution modifier, likes those better. Oh, don't need to extrude just yet. There we go. Okay. This is technically going to be a glove, so we got to keep that in mind. Mm-hmm. Okay, now we're going to do the middle finger first. Okay, I think it's important to keep in mind what it is that we're modeling here. I don't think it's just the hand. I think it's the glove. Okay, we're gonna keep it that way for the time being. No, we're gonna keep it like this for the time being. More or less evenly sized quads, more or less. Mm-hmm. Ah, right. We gotta keep something in mind. This is not supposed to be connected directly. I'm just gonna increase the thickness because the this is supposed to be much thicker because it is not just a hand, it is a glove. Okay. It's also important to note that this is not supposed to be a straight line. I think to save us time, we're just gonna do one finger and then try to model it out. Yes, and then we'll just join them together. Come on. There we go. Okay. Cool. Mm-hmm. All right. Let's go to sculpt. And the first thing we'll do is, yeah, I think we need to apply scale. Because our scale is all over the place. There we go. Now, multi-res, subdivide, subdivide. Okay, our thumb is a little messed up. Let's retract back. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's a start. I'm going to use my pen for this. Okay, and we're making something that doesn't need nails. Because this is more of a glove. Man, I got this chronic morning voice right now. I don't know what's happening. Let's subdivide. Okay, can we please? Oh, for God's sakes. I'm gonna reopen Blender because I think the pen pressure is not being picked up. Okay. Now we got it. Okay. Now we are making a glove. So we got to keep in mind not a whole lot of, tendons could be seen through a glove. Also, hmm. Hmm. Okay, this is why you got to include at least a little bit of the wrist. But I know that as soon as I'm going to do that right now, it's going to get all sorts of messed up. So I don't know if it's really worth it. Oh, actually, we might be able to make it. Just need to fix it up a tiny bit. But yeah, there we go. Including just a little bit of the wrist. This, I think, should help. Okay. Okay. We're focusing too much on skin again. But this isn't... It's cool and all, but this is not supposed to be skin. Okay. So... Okay. Okay. Now that we have this, just gonna place some cuts here. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's not good. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is check if we can do some cloth sim on this stuff. Let's go ahead and enter sculpt mode. Oof, wrinkly. Let's go back by one um, division layer level. Okay. Get something interesting. Ooh. Showing middle finger on stream, people might get offended. Good. I will feed on their anger. Also welcome. Squish and stretch. Okay. Hey, wrong account. Oh, look at that. Okay. Arm. Okay, so what does this look like? This looks like this. Whew. Well, that could work, technically. So if we reduce resolution, the cloth simulation tends to work quite a bit better. Rotate, twist. Mm-hmm. Okay, I think this looking good. Okay, so you can see that if we're using higher resolution, the wrinkles are much, much smaller. So this is where the multi-res modifier is actually super handy. Okay, and let me see if I can do maybe cloth brush on the knuckles. Oof. Okay. Think people didn't get the notification today. Yeah, it's also, during daytime. YouTube was like, this guy's been doing too well. Let's taper it down a bit. It's all good. Okay, well, this is looking good. We're just a little too wrinkly. Okay. Okay, so that's good. Let's go to the sculpt of the finger. And what do we got to do here? We got to do some folds. Mm-hmm. So what are you up to, Vishal? Watch the Fallout show? Highly recommend. All right. At least that's good. Yeah, I've seen people have been praising it, so that's an interesting change of pace. Okay, now we don't need a nail here. That is unnecessary. What we do need, however, is some sort of folds. Hmm. What's the take on Outer Worlds? I've played Outer Worlds all of like the first zone, and it didn't really captivate me that much, to be honest. Okay, we don't need the nails here. Outer Worlds or Outer Wilds? Outer Worlds is the Bethesda, the Bethesda game. Not Bethesda, excuse me, Obsidian. Outer Wilds. Oh, Outer Wilds is great. Phenomenal game. The story, the story is made in a way where it doesn't like baby you around. Like go here, do this. It's your job to land on a location, start exploring, look around, um, you know, locate any sort of written documentation or written notes, and then the written notes will usually say where the story went forward to which location, um, and you can kind of follow it along that way. But it doesn't like there's no waypoints or anything. It literally doesn't baby you around, which was really interesting. The story ends up kind of like very naturally unfolding by itself. So yeah, very quite awesome. It's the one game. It's one of those games where I'm like, if I could forget so I could play it again and experience it all over, I definitely would. Okay, well this is fast paced on becoming probably the most elaborate finger I've made so far. Man, my crackliest voice today. I don't know what's up. Mm-hmm. Playing with the keyboard gamepad? Either is fine. The game isn't really too, um, the experience isn't going to be too different if you play with a keyboard. In the video, we played it with controller. When I played it, I played with a keyboard. Although there is one particular stage where I kept failing because, well, I'm not going to spoil it, but there's a particular stage where you actually kind of need to very carefully control your ship. Like you have to be able to dial in the speed, and you can't really do that with the keyboard and mouse, because keyboard is just, press and then you go forward. But with the controller, you can adjust and fine tune your speed. And yeah, there's a point in the game where that was actually a little bit important. You'll know what it is. Well, maybe you won't. Uh, don't wake them up. I'll leave that little hint for you. If you're planning on playing, okay, here we go. So this is looking good. Okay, that's the whole finger. I'm going to duplicate that. Seems like you need to get a gamepad then. Yeah. No, again, you can still play it perfectly fine with the keyboard. You just have to be exceptionally careful on this like one part. Hmm. What's the background behind the hand? For now, this is gonna be a male protagonist, and this is gonna be playing around the, well, crash landed, or yeah, pretty much like crash landed member of the crew descends onto the planet and needs to prepare for the arrival of the other team member. So this is gonna be a male. And then that's going to be for the sandbox, or, just survival mode, creative mode, whatever the hell it's called. And then for the main campaign, once we get to that, it's going to be a female protagonist. And then we're going to need another pair of hands. Yes. There we go. Well, this is fast paced on becoming probably the most elaborate hands I've made. Interesting. Okay, let's do a few variations on these wrinkles. Okay, let's see. Let's try Claw's theme. This is going to be, instead of drag, pinch, inflate. No, maybe we can use this. Rotate and twist. Aha, nice. I don't know. Maybe not. Not too convinced. Interesting. This tool doesn't work. Ah, there's this one. Oh, we're still in the sculpt mode of the wrong object. There we go. Okay, sure, except we need to go down a level or two. Yeah, okay. That works. Sure. Pose does not have a shortcut. Unless we do, yeah, shift space and then O. Yeah, sure. That works. There's a machine tools add-in, highly recommend. Used to be free but now costs $5. Machine tools. Sounds familiar. Okay. Pie menus. Okay. Okay. Seems like it's just like a menu system, which, anytime there's like a plugin that's basically just, hey, we just took all the menus and placed them into this one panel. It's like, yeah, well, there's already plenty of that. I try not to clutter up my workspace with too many menu reorganizers. The quick menu plugin by Passive Star is amazing. It's the one exception I'll give that because it actually adds a lot of like macros functionality. Pie menu super useful. Interesting. I'll take a look at some videos of what it offers. Okay. Well, I think that's as far as we can really take it. Cool. It still kind of turned out looking a bit like a hand rather than a glove. That's a great way to lose all the detail, but technically, that's exactly what would happen on a glove. All right, so that's fine. I'm going to do this. I'm going to take the original sculpt, move the collection, wrist, sculpt. Okay. Gloves don't really show finger creases. I know that is true, but I feel like it's too flat without something there. Also, I think I made it too extreme. Mm-hmm. Thumb looks great compared to the rest of the fingers. It's very simplified. There's not a whole lot to it. Okay, so I'll just smooth out some of these wrinkles. Mm-hmm. Hey, Steven. Good day. Cool. All right. So, palm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's duplicate. Hide the original. And then, all right, here we go. Go to mesh. Then join. And finally, we gotta remesh this thing. Okay, preferably without losing too much detail. Yes, there we go. All right, now we just go over this. You know, I find that videos, let's say sculpting videos, instructional videos, where the instructor explicitly goes through little bits and pieces that you need to pay attention to, like the location of tendons, the little notes, like for example, folds are usually not as visible and they're a little bit thinner. Like the fact that if you're doing these little creases at the bottom, there isn't just one crease, there's usually two little creases. Little notes like that. I wonder if there is explicitly a book that is organized around those little bits and pieces of information, you know, besides from, say, Anatomy for Sculptors. The funny thing is, anatomy for sculptors is fantastic, but I actually do find that it lacks some written text. It's all visual, which is great, but I feel like you need to bring explicit attention to certain things. And anatomy for sculptors just doesn't do that. It'll give you nice illustrations, but you have to know to what to pay attention to with certain things. Like, it's there, but you don't know that it's there. Okay, anyways. Here we go. So that's the high poly. That's cool. And now, technically, I can go ahead and duplicate this. Andrew Loomis, yes. So he's got a good book as well. That's the one that actually, that prompted me to think about this, because the Loomis book is really good. Okay, this should be good. It's still, I think it's a little large. Well, that's okay. Maybe like this. All right, we're gonna apply scale. Oh, actually. Oh, that just flipped it upside down. Okay. Let's apply scale. RX 180 global axis. This actually doesn't look the same. This looks really weird. Because I think the folds are not in the same orientation. But that could actually play to our advantage because, well, now we don't need to do anything with this hand. Cool. All right, fair enough. I suppose in that case we can just mirror this. And there we go. And that's what we would be looking at. The pinky seems a little large. It's too late now. Well, actually, hold on. Is it too late? Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. We might want to smooth out some of these. Oh, actually, don't think we need to. This is just the divisions not being high enough. Okay, cool. Yeah. I got the Drawing Head and Hands. It's a really good book. Okay. Yeah, I gotta keep working in Blender 3.6 because Retopper Flow doesn't work on Blender 4.11 yet. The plugin loads and doesn't give us any errors, but it doesn't show the icon. So yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and set up a new cursor, new Retopper Flow object at the cursor. Okay. I learned a bunch of new tricks with the Retopper Flow. I'm gonna see if I can speed up the process. I've spent a lot of time last time when I was making the retopology of the hands. Spent a lot of time on the poly pen, which is great, but it's building polygons from from scratch. So it's not really smart. Okay, I'm also going to increase the number of cuts to 20. Nice even number. Okay, we're going to make sure that we've got extra cuts around the elbow. Okay, using the mouse for this is kind of taking forever. Okay, using a pen for this is even longer. What the hell? Okay. Never mind then. Guess we're using the... Yeah, guess we're using the mouse. Mm-hmm. Okay, I think that last time I made a mistake of going across the thumb like this, but in reality, I should be going like this with a new cut. Because then a lot more of the thumb could be captured. I'm also on the lookout for any good tutorials on face and hand retopology. I'm really hoping to find some courses from like veteran like AAA game artists rather than just YouTube. Because I know that veteran AAA artists could have YouTube channels, but if you browse around for tutorials on retopology, you tend to find some pretty iffy source models. Like you're showing me how to retopologize a head that looks like ass. And it's like, well, you know, with the source mesh like that, you don't really even need retopology. Nobody's going to be accepting that anyways. I've also learned about a bunch of new shortcuts that we can do right from Retopoflow, and one of them is the fact that you can skew your cuts. You can skew your edge loops that we're cutting up right now, which is going to be handy on the finger. And also I'm going to try to make use of the, what's the tool? Patches. I'm going to see if I can use the patches tool to close up the tips of the fingers. Hypothetically, it should be fairly straightforward. Oh. Ran shit some tutorials on YouTube. Yep. That's perfect. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. So that's good. All right, let's take a look at this. So technically with the patches tool, if I select 4 corners, whoops. Okay, come on. I just want the corner. Okay, well that's not what I want. Okay, I'm not sure why it's selecting it this way, because in the tutorial video I looked at last time, it wasn't selecting it this way. It's selecting an edge, and I want it to select a single point. Okay. Okay. I got no idea why it's not working. Let's double check. Active tool. Okay, toggle vertex as a corner. Control Shift left mouse button. Create visualized path. Increase segment count. Select edge. So select edge is control click. Selecting creating. Toggle vertex is at the corner. So it's control shift left mouse button. Can we no, we can't keep this. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, that's it. Yeah, okay. This is looked easy in the video. Smart select boundary edges. Select edges along the shortest path. Control Shift left mouse button plus click. What the shit? Patches tool currently only handles a limited number of selected regions. 2 connected strips in an L shape. 2 parallel strips. 3 connected strips, 4 strips in a rectangular loop. Opposite strips must contain the same number of edges. Uh-huh. So if we do this, yes. Okay. And then what? Okay. Ah, but the top doesn't have the same number. Well, that's not good. Well, let's see. Hold on a sec. What do we got here? Go away. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Hmm. That is awkward as heck. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Except, ah man, it didn't connect them. Or maybe it did. Hmm. Okay. The only thing is that this looks weird. Okay, that results in a triangle. Do we care? Does it matter? Hmm. Something like grid fill could have helped. That's the idea. But I think we got it. Okay, there we go. So we still have polys, no triangles. I think we can make this work. This is like really chugging along, by the way. I think got too many vertices shown. Okay. That's cool and all, but what's happening here? Hmm. That seems entirely too many vertices. Okay. That's fine. We're experimenting. I just want to get rid of this. I think the answer to this is much simpler. Much simpler, much fewer vertices. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then we'll just do this. Nice. Yeah, that's fine. I feel like we should perhaps turn off the mirror mode, or turn off the visibility, the high poly pieces. I think I'll go this way. It does have relaxed tool, yes. So we can do stuff like this. Ah, nice. Yeah, that gets a bit under control. Except right there. Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. Okay, let's get back. Okay, that doesn't look relaxed. It looks stressed. Okay, you know what? I'll leave that there. It tries to make them perfect quads. Yeah, it had no problems over there, more or less. Okay, jeez. You know, that actually does round the finger a little bit better. Not there, though. Okay. Game things as quads is pretty challenging. Yeah, I've been looking up some algorithms or some little retopology tricks, like how to get 3 faces into 2 faces. You know, multiplying them, expanding them, stuff like that. You know, maybe we should go horizontal this time. See how the relax tool works that way. That looks even worse. Oh. It tries to keep it as a quad, but it does it by flipping it upside down. No, thank you. I don't need that kind of money. Smaller brush might help. Oh, that's genius. Okay. Yeah, maybe it's taking too much into account. I'm just gonna match the topology of the other ones, the other fingers. It doesn't seem like it. Okay. You know what? That's fine. Again, we're looking at the tip of a finger. I'll just smooth out the top. Never mind. Okay. Actually, hold on. I have a feeling this is happening precisely because I'm skimping out on some vertices here, going through the middle. Let's see. Let's take patches. See, this should works. There we go. And then this. Hey, okay. Well, look at that. That's perfect. Okay, can we fuse? Merge distance. Yeah, I was looking at the tool, the demo video, the official demo video for this tool, and it is quite phenomenal. Yeah, look at that. So we got a quad over here. We got a quad over here. So that looks perfect. I don't know if I should really come back to all these other ones, but I'm pretty sure we got the same more or less the same thing going on here. Except for these two. Jeez. I think we can just whoop. We can make this work. If I do, what is it? Strokes. And that should cut right through it. There we go. Except it's not going to be even. No, that's not what I want to do. Damn it. It created a whole... Okay. Whew. Let's just do that. Very laggy. It's laggy because I'm running on an ancient, literally electric latrine at this point. This is a really old computer, man. Yeah, I want to try the patches tool on the fingertips before I have, well, manually sodomize them. Yeah, see, there's a logic to the madness, so to speak. You just have to learn it. It also doesn't help that I'm mirroring the two high poly objects in the background. Okay, so let's do patches. And then we're going to go from here. Okay. No, that's polypen. There we go. And I think if we do this and this, that's looking pretty close. But maybe we're going to go about it the other way. So 6. And then there we go. Cool. And then we can adjust these together. Come on, fuse. Oh, it doesn't fuse with this tool. Okay. Oh yeah. Well, that's eons better than what I had before. Nice. So yeah, there's a madness to the system, and there's a system to the madness. I don't know which one. There we go. Let's get the poly patches. I am thinking of upgrading the system to the Steam survey minimum system. You know? I think we can actually just do this. No? Nah. Okay, that's fine. That's kind of my philosophy. This computer's really underpowered, but if I can get it to run on this computer, then I can get it to run on just about anything. My game, that is. Plus, you know, I don't get spoiled by overabundance of resources. Enough madness to get me going. Yeah, sounds about right. Have a good one. Appreciate the company. Mm-hmm. Come on. Oh, wrong tool. Got it. Sure. Hmm. Yeah, that doesn't seem right. Okay, last one. Perfect. Cool. Okay, now what can we do here? What we can do here is select this top. Yep, top row of edges. Come on. Let me try something. I'm going to exit. And I'm going to hide this. And also... Whoa. What the... Oh, yeah. It's a different object. And then hide the mirror here. At least for the time being. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, that didn't seem to improve the performance, or at least maybe I'm just using the wrong tool. Strokes, come on. You know what I want. There we go. Oh, for God's sakes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that did not improve performance. Not even a little bit. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, the knuckle is going to need a little bit extra. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. This would probably need to do a little bit of division. Okay. Keeping them quads. Okay, well that didn't really help. We need to take two, merge it into one. Hmm. Okay. I am... Hmm. Okay, all we're doing here is just subdividing it over and over and over again. Okay, we still ended up with a triangle here. Okay. That's fine. Hi. Hi yourself. Well, actually, hold on a second. Maybe we don't have to, because we still have this other side of the palm to continue. We could just do this. Mm-hmm. Okay. And now we could just keep going with this. Mm-hmm. Okay. Jeez. Come on. Deselect this. There we go. I think in order for the folds to work, this whole thing has to, let's see, poly strips has to follow along this, because that's where the natural folding line is. Okay, and I think there's also a shortcut here. What is it? Shift Alt, and then, nope, just Shift. Shift is to rotate, and then Shift Control is to scale it down. Okay, sure. Would have to adjust that though, because that looks like ass. Mm-hmm. This looks about right. Mm-hmm. Okay, now this is the tricky part. Or maybe not. That seems pretty straightforward to me. All right, cool. We'll return to that afterwards. Okay. Oh, doesn't like it. Okay, sure. Okay, that doesn't really resolve the issue. Hmm. Okay, this might work. Oh, come on. Oh, I see it. You know what? No, I'm not a fan of it doing that kind of a giant loop-de-loop. Let's change it up. Mm-hmm. Merging the fingers is going to be fun. Yep, just like it was last time. But, you know, that's just what we got to do. Okay, let me try this. So we can take this. Ooh, no, stop it. Merging too much. Okay, what does this give us? This gives us a whole bunch of angons is what that gives us. Okay. You know what? I think we can maybe take a pause because we've been at it for almost 2 hours. And we'll see what we can do then. Hey, come on. There we go. All right, cool. Yeah, we'll figure something out. Cool. So that's it. Continue in a bit. We'll be back.